All right. All right. Yes. No, I'm unmuted. Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing amazing. It's great to have you here this morning. It's good to be back in. I almost said back in Dallas. Boy, that was a that was an old story. Good to be back here in Arkansas. Hey, question for you. That's a little too high. What's the big story that you got going on right now? This is kind of a little wonky here. We'll see if we get that fixed. There we go. So, what's the big story going on right now? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, VIP community. Question is this: what's the conversation? And there is a boss lady with Michael. Hey, Michael, how are you, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you both together. That's awesome. So, let's see here. Put that on there. Alternative consciousness. That's the question I've got for you today. What does alternative consciousness look like? Listen, we're in it all the time. How do I know we're in it all the time? Because you dream about things that are not in your physical reality. Drop a D in the chat if you dream about another environment, about something different, about something that is better than, about someplace that is different than. There's nothing wrong with alternative reality. The challenge is that we think it's an alternative reality, and it is not. It is not. When you start to put yourself into that state, when you start to put yourself into that dreamland, you literally activate the universe. How many of you have ever become afraid of a dream? How many of you have ever woken up and you, oh my gosh, I thought that was real, right? How many of you have thought things were going to happen in the real world at work? How many of you drop an F in the chat if you thought you were going to be fired? You thought you were going to be fired when the boss said, I need to see you on Tuesday morning at 3 in the afternoon. I need to see you in the afternoon. How many of you thought you were going to be fired and you weren't? These are alternative consciousnesses. It's an alternate consciousness. Now, why is that important for us to move towards our goals? Why is that important to move towards our dreams? Why do we have to become fully aware of this alternate consciousness? For a couple of reasons. One, the alternate consciousness can become real. Drop an R in the chat if the alternate consciousness that you sometimes spend your time and energy and moments in, drop an R in the chat if you would really love for that to become real. Because here's the reality. It takes some effort, time, and energy to allow the universe to manifest into the proper formation, and the proper formation requires a tremendous amount of energy, and the energy that it gets, the only way the quantum field gets turned on is by thinking. We have to have thoughts into the future, so we ask QLQs, quantum linguistic questions. And we ask these QLQs, and what happens is these QLQs, as they start to form in our mind, they literally have a neuroencoding response in our body. And neuroencoding, our thoughts trigger responses at the cellular level in our body. That's called neuroencoding. We ask a QLQ, a quantum linguistic question, a word that is properly formed and formatted to activate a future possibility, which takes us out of the challenge that most people have, that Einstein said, the problems that are made with the consciousness of man cannot be solved with the same level of consciousness that created the problem. I am royalty. Good to see you on YouTube. So now we have this quantum linguistic question to change our level of consciousness, to put us in an alternate consciousness that we want to become real. Are you starting to see why the hero's journey is your journey and your journey alone? I want to take all these people with me. I want them to serve me. I want to serve them. I want to be of service. I want to do all of these things with them. I want to take care of them. Your level of consciousness that has to fix your projects, that has to work on your projects, cannot be the same level of consciousness that is going to produce the outcome that you want. So we have to literally move into an alternate consciousness. I've tried meditation. That doesn't work. Congratulations. Where you're at, it's your thought. When you study the wildly wealthy, when you study those individuals who have more of what you want and they have less of what you don't, and when you decide to move into that world, you'll find out on average they're spending 2 hours a day in their form of meditation. 2 hours a day in their form of meditation. My question for you is this: is doing more, 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 getting you more? I don't know what to do less of, though, Sean. I need to do all of it. All of it? You need to do all of it? What is the alternate consciousness that brings you the happiest and the most joy? What is the alternate consciousness that you dream of about riding on your yacht, about sitting on your oceanfront beach, about skiing down the ski in, ski out mountain that your cabin is on? Here's the challenge. Wallace D. Wattles talked about alternate consciousnesses, but he said it this way: it's not about doing certain things. That's one level of consciousness. It's about doing things in a certain way. That's a different level of consciousness. That's an altered level of consciousness. Would you say that when you started, anybody a singer? Anybody like to sing? Anybody good at singing? And if you sing a song the first time, people will be amazed, right? People will probably be amazed at your first take on a new song. Then what happens is that as the song starts to sing you, and if you're a singer, you know what I'm talking about. If you're an instrument player and the song starts to play you have different inflections, different pauses, different changes in sound or speed, or the way you pluck a string or blow a particular note. And all of a sudden, the song becomes a part of you from the inside out, and you're not reading it from the sheet music to your eyes. You've already understood the formula. And once you understand the formula, you can now add special sauce, secret sauce to that formula. Does that make sense? So that's my conversation with you today, is about altered consciousness. What are you doing to put yourself in that state so it's an uninterrupted time in that altered consciousness? Could be dream state. What would happen if you woke 30 minutes before your alarm went off? And you woke up and you started to plan your day in your mind. You started to think of the people you were going to thank. Einstein thanked 100 people a day. He said, thank you 100 times a day. How many people did you thank yesterday? Oh, but Sean, I didn't get out. I can't go out where I'm at right now. I didn't go out where I'm at right now. I was busy at home. We don't know for sure if Einstein met the 100 people. We're not sure if he phoned 100 people. We're not sure if he didn't send them thank you messages in his mind. Tell me the difference between thanking somebody that you love in person, telling somebody you love in person that you love them, thank you. Or you call them up and you found out they did something nice for you and you thank them over the phone. Is your spirit different? I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. What's the possibility that you could send out text messages today and truly be in that state of joy, of honor, of giving, of love? Doesn't that put you in an altered consciousness? How many of you have ever received a text message from somebody you think's pretty special, and the text message was like over the top amazing, and it just made you feel good? Drop a C in the chat if it changed your consciousness, your state of awareness, your state of being. Have you ever gotten a text message that changed your state? Drop a C in the chat. So if a text message can change your state, how many of you might go change the state of tens of dozens of other people today to alter your consciousness? Because my question to you is the altered state of consciousness that you are seeking is also seeking you. This altered state of consciousness that you're desiring has a desire for you. This altered state of consciousness that you want to flow into your life is waiting for you to open the gates so it can flow in. And one of the gates, I don't know if it's the left one or the right one, but one of the gates is gratitude. And I have a very dear friend, Daniela Jukic 1 on Instagram, who teaches this on a daily basis. And she walks people into this altered state of consciousness for us to be able to become more aware of gratitude in our life. So now if you bring gratitude and allow it to flow out and flow in, there's no longer a gate there. There's not a one-way door there that only lets it to flow out. Some of you have a specialty gate that opens up and allows you to send out gratitude, but the second it comes back, it slams shut. I'd offer you the opportunity to review that methodology and see if you can't enhance it so that gratitude is a two-way street for you. Altered consciousness, simplest, fastest, easiest, most long-lasting way to stay in this altered level of consciousness is through gratitude. I'm grateful for you being here today. I wish you a tremendous amount of success and joy and happiness. We're finishing up the month of March. It's your last week here in March. Hopefully, if you're in network marketing, I pray you're in network marketing. Yes, you heard me. I pray you're in network marketing, that you could leverage your energy and efforts and be able to pour that into others. I hope this is the most powerful week on the planet for you. I hope this is the most productive week for you and the most profitable week, because you are lived in this altered state of consciousness that allows you to allow gratitude to flow out and gratitude to flow in. I'm your brain training, brain scrambling, alternate consciousness misfit, Sean Murphy. I'll see you all where? I'll see you at the next event. Till then, bye for now, everybody.